Good evening and welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. The search for a Pineville man who's missing is our big story tonight. Rapides deputies are looking for 86-year-old Anthony Jack Cunningham, who disappeared yesterday. He's 5'10" and weighs about 170 pounds. His wife says he left their home on Pierce Road driving a 2004 tan Buick Century. He was wearing a plaid shirt, blue jeans, and a tan jacket. If you can help, please call authorities right away. 2 people are arrested in Grand Parish for a number of burglary and theft cases. They are 23-year-old Andy Brosette of Ball and 45-year-old Anthony Bladell of Dry Palm. Brosette is charged with theft, criminal damage, trespassing, illegal possession of stolen things, and drug paraphernalia. Bladell is accused of illegal possession and drug paraphernalia. Grand Parish deputies have arrested a Colfax man. 34-year-old Jason Stryker White is accused of burglary. LSUA opened their doors today to a number of businesses and industries for a job fair. Students were able to browse the job fair and meet with potential employers to learn about their businesses. The school hosts job fairs during the spring and fall semesters to give all students, especially those approaching graduation, a chance to see what job options are available after earning their degree. An Alexandria native who went into the ministry and the law speaks about his adventures and missions today to the Alexandria Rotary Club. Bishop Joe Morris Dawes of the Episcopal Church is now involved in an organization which promotes the Christian church in all its branches.
I'm going to be talking to the kids about some of the things that will be going on that I hope that they're facing as they go into their careers. I'm not really going to be urging them to any kind of career. I'll be more speaking as a bishop and urging that they make this a faith commitment to whatever their career, their vocation is. It means a great deal to have an opportunity to look at students and talk to them about their faith and about how it connects with their vocation.
Bishop Dawes is well known for his rescue of Cuban families in a boat lift in the late 70s, for which he had to stand trial in federal court and was subsequently acquitted. Mike Strain, Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry, sees potential in Louisiana trading with Cuba. He has a vision for the economic relationship between the two.
If you look at what we expect to be at about $500 million within 5 years or more. We expect out of the $2 billion of food products Cuba will import per year in the next 5 years, that $1 billion of that could be from the United States. So the potential is huge. Also, our shipping costs are less, our time transit is less, our quality is good. They want to buy our products, and we want to sell it to them.
Dr. Strain's vision developed after making 2 trips to Cuba on trade missions. He also sees immigration reform as something that could have a positive impact on Louisiana farmers. A local pancake restaurant celebrates National Pancake Day by donating a portion of its proceeds to charities, including the Children's Miracle Network. IHOP, also known as International House of Pancakes, does this fundraiser every year. The National Pancake Day event has been going on since 2006. Children's Miracle Network is a national charity represented in Alexandria by Christus Cabrini Hospital, which supports a wide range of life-saving programs for infants. And today is a favorite fundraiser in Pineville, sponsored by the Kiwanis Club there. From 8 until this morning until 8 tonight, these club members cook and serve pancakes, all to raise money for their worldwide Eliminate project. This seeks to eliminate neonatal and maternal tetanus disease throughout the world. Some funds also are donated to 10 other programs which locally help kids. Kiwanis' mission is to improve the world by enhancing the lives of children. An influential forestry leader from Alexandria is inducted into the Louisiana Agriculture Hall of Distinction. Buck Vandersteen has headed up the Louisiana Forestry Association for 34 years. He's also served in many capacities with national forestry groups. The award, made over the weekend, recognizes those who have made significant contributions to farming, ranching, forestry, and allied fields. It is sponsored by the Louisiana Radio Network. It could be a bit of a stormy week. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers is here with a first look at our weather now.
Hey Scott, yeah, definitely seen some showers and thunderstorms make their way through parts of central Louisiana here late this afternoon. Most of the activity has pushed down to our south and east and in parts of southeastern Louisiana. And temperatures today really not bad though, back into the mid to upper 70s in most areas. We saw mid 70s here around Alexandria, but low 80s down to our south from Baton Rouge and Lake Charles at 76 late this afternoon. We'll keep the nice weather in the forecast here as we head into your Wednesday. Lots of sunshine returning. Temperatures back near normal. That means back low to mid 70s. by Wednesday afternoon. But those rain chances do return Thursday, Friday, and that lingers into the weekend as well. Still is pretty warm, though. Temperatures staying in the mid-70s or so. But some cooler weather is coming back to the area at least one day on Sunday. As we dry out, we bring some cooler temperatures back, looking like highs in the 60s on Sunday afternoon. So we'll talk more about that with your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Thanks, Chris. A recent run of low commodity prices and last year's disastrous weather have taken a toll on Louisiana farmers. According to an LSU Ag Center economist, this year shaping up to be another tough one price-wise. LSU Ag Center correspondent Craig Gautreaux has the story.
Floods hurt Louisiana farmers last year, but low commodity prices for the past few seasons have been just as troublesome. Unfortunately, prices have seemed to stagnate for most commodities, leaving some farmers few options.
It's more of a challenge than maybe it has been for the last several years, particularly when you factor in that many of our producers are probably likely carrying in some carryover debt from 2016 because of the flooding situation that we had.
One commodity that seems to hold the most promise is sugarcane. Prices are decent for sugar, but it is a crop that does not offer an opportunity to increase acreage substantially.
The only thing with sugarcane is the ability to expand real rapidly is not there. We're talking about probably maybe having as much as 10,000 to 15,000 more acres.
Low rice and corn prices have many believing that acreage for these crops will drop significantly in Louisiana and across the country. Many rice farmers supplement their operations with crawfish, but even those prices are depressed.
We've got a pretty significant increase in supplies thus far in 2017, and so we're seeing lower prices earlier than the year than we certainly have seen in the last 4 or 5 years.
Guidry has seen national forecasts calling for a reduction in corn acres by around 4 million, but an increase in soybean acreage by 4 to 5 million. This change is being dictated by price.
If you look right now, the current soybean to corn price ratio is about 2.58, 2.6. That's the highest it's been at this time in the last 7 years.
Guidry expects to see cotton acreage increase in Louisiana, but it is also limited in the number of acres it can increase because of the lack of gins available to process it. With the LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gautreaux reporting.
Guidry said lenders have been monitoring commodity prices more intently and are making more inquiries on some farm loans. This is a busy month for the Central Louisiana Chamber of Commerce with continuing education and the preparations for the regular session of the Louisiana Legislature.
We have our annual Legislative Outlook Luncheon with LABI, Louisiana Association of Business and Industry. It's kind of like the State Chamber of Commerce.
Correct.
We'll have their president, Stephen Wagasback, will be with us, giving us the outlook of what we can expect and what we need to have our guard up about and things of that nature.
Healthcare Part 2. Coming up, new plans to repeal Obamacare and concerns even Republicans have. Plus, the Midwest once again targeted by tornadoes. Who's cleaning up tonight? Next on ABC 31 News. The debate over health care is heating up in Washington. House Republicans unveiled their new plans to repeal and replace Obamacare, but Democrats and even some Republicans are voicing concerns. ABC's Janae Norman is in Washington with the division inside the Republican Party.
It's the great divide in Washington. On one side, Republicans backing the newly unveiled plan to overhaul Obamacare.
This is the Obamacare replacement plan that everyone has been asking for, the plan that the president ran on, and the plan that will ultimately save the system.
And on the other, Democrats and even some Republicans. GOP Senator Rand Paul tweeting the plan, quote, sure looks like Obamacare light.
Democrats, a growing number of conservatives, and millions of Americans don't like what they see.
The GOP plan ends penalties for uninsured Americans, but also ends the expansion of Medicaid.
Will it cover more Americans with affordable health care than today? Is probably the key question.
Meanwhile, the president's wiretapping claim is still a talker on Capitol Hill. Top Republican John McCain calling out Trump's unsubstantiated claim that President Obama wiretapped Trump Tower.
He should come forward with the information that led him to that conclusion. It's a very serious charge against the previous president of the United States. And so there needs to be some corroboration.
As
FBI Director James Comey has privately asked the Justice Department to come out and say Trump's wiretapping allegations are simply false. But the White House is standing by the claims, now asking the House and Senate Intelligence Committees to investigate. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
President Trump wants to make a deal with Planned Parenthood. He tells the New York Times he'll keep federal funding for the group if it agrees to stop providing abortions. Planned Parenthood dismissed that idea. Federal funds cannot be used to pay for abortions. Today, the cleanup continues after another tornado outbreak in the heartland. Overnight, the Midwest had a reported 29 twisters, which injured several people and destroyed some homes. In other areas, wildfires spread, sparking evacuations. ABC's Kenneth Moten is in New York with the latest.
A 1-2 punch in less than a week for the Midwest. The cleanup underway after nearly 30 tornadoes struck the heartland from Kansas to Illinois. 70-mile-per-hour winds ripped the roof right off this building. Small planes tossed like toys at this airport.
Get away from the windows, middle of your house.
The worst of the damage just outside of Kansas City. Communities like Oak Grove, Missouri, hit hard by the severe weather.
Seen a transformer blow, and that's when we seen the rotation of the tornado.
Hundreds of homes suffer some type of damage. Dozens across the region destroyed.
Unbelievable, I would say. This is really terrifying. This is very scary. The whole side of the house is gone. Unbelievable.
The powerful system triggered tornadoes in some parts.
This wind, man alive.
While strong winds spread wildfires in others. In Logan County, Colorado, several homes were burned to the ground.
About 5 guys showed up at my house right behind me, and we just ransacked it and grabbed everything we could.
In Oklahoma, several towns in Woodward County were evacuated. The dry and windy conditions pushed the fire north into Kansas, where tens of thousands of acres have burned. In the Texas Panhandle near Amarillo, people and animals rushed to escape as crews continue to fight this fast-moving fire. In that same area, the fire and smoke were just too much for 3 Texas ranch hands. They were killed while trying to move cattle away from the flames. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
Some really scary systems moving through there.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some active weather here already, and spring's really not even here yet. A couple more weeks before spring officially arrives here on March 20th, but we saw a few showers and thunderstorms here in central Louisiana late this afternoon as well. High temperatures into the 70s, 74 degrees here in Alexandria. Picked up about 57 hundredths of an inch of rain with some of those storms that did move through. Should be quiet for Wednesday and Thursday, but another round of showers and thunderstorms come through for the end of the work week, and we'll talk more about that when we come back. And welcome back, everyone. A good Tuesday evening to you. Some showers and thunderstorms making their way through parts of Louisiana here earlier today. Picked up about a half an inch of rain here in Alexandria as some of those storms made their way through. Most of the activity has pushed over to Mississippi or down to our south and southern parts of Louisiana. Now, behind the system, we'll see some sunshine return for our Wednesday, but then another round of showers and thunderstorms move in as we head into your Thursday and Friday, and that could last into the weekend with our high temperatures staying pretty nice, though, in the 70s the next several days. So here's your highs today: 74 degrees here in Alexandria, 73 degrees in Natchitoches, 80 degrees down in Baton Rouge, 76 in Lake Charles, and 72 degrees a high today in Monroe. Outside right now, then, we're seeing mostly cloudy skies. Our temperature stands at 57 degrees, dew point at 50. Winds are currently calm, but may see those winds pick up a little bit overnight tonight, and our pressure is on the rise. And we'll take a look at our planner as we head into our Wednesday, I should say. We'll see a lot of sunshine, but again, a few clouds to start the day. And temperatures out in the 50s around 7 o'clock in the morning, but back into the mid-60s to even upper 60s by noon with mostly sunny skies, and looking for the high reaching about 72 degrees in the afternoon hours with winds out of the east-northeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looks like a pretty nice day for our Wednesday. So lots of sunshine expected. Again, temperatures getting closer to average as we head into the afternoon hours of our Wednesday. Our average right now is in the upper 60s. We'll still be in the low 70s, so very pleasant for this time in March. But as we get to Thursday, Friday, and then even into Saturday, our rain chances will return and actually linger into the early parts of the weekend. Temperatures stay warm, but by Sunday we get the rain out of here. So Sunday looking okay as far as weather goes. A lot of sunshine expected on Sunday, but definitely seeing some cooler weather move in for at least one day. And by Sunday, high temperatures fall back into the low 60s, actually back below average for this time in March. Here's your surface map again for today, or for your Wednesday, I should say, and we'll see that cold front make its way through the area, and behind that, high pressure builds back in. With the high pressure, then a little bit warmer weather starts to filter back in too. Do see a little bit of shower activity down in parts of southern Texas, And that's our next weather system that's going to make its way into our area. As it does so, bring some more shower and thunderstorm activity to our region for the end of the work week, and it could last into the early parts of our weekend. Before tonight, 48 degrees, mostly cloudy skies on the cooler side. North-northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we head into our Wednesday, 72. A few clouds out there, but a little sunshine returning by the afternoon. Winds out of the east at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that 7-day forecast shows a little bit warmer weather back Thursday and Friday. Again, could see a little bit of rain too as we head into the end of the work week. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. Still seeing some rain around on Saturday. High of 73, but look at Sunday, dip back into the 60s. Low 60s for highs by Sunday afternoon with partly sunny skies, and then more chance of rain return next week. Another chance of storms by Monday with temperatures getting back into the low 70s by the early parts of next week. Scott?
Thanks, Chris. Breast cancer will affect 1 in 8 American women during their lifetime, but there is some good news that comes from an unlikely source. With more, here's Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Breast cancer is often treated with surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. But now there may be an additional way to improve the prognosis, and it could be in the fridge, namely foods containing soy. A team of researchers writing in the journal Cancer looked at the diets of more than 6,000 women with breast cancer. The scientists paying special attention to those who ate isoflavone, a compound found in soy. Over 9 years, the women who ate the most isoflavone were 21% less likely to die than those who ate the least, a trend that held even when the researchers took into account other factors like women's age and socioeconomic background. However, the benefits may not apply to all types of breast cancer. Experts think soy's possible benefit may have something to do with estrogen, a hormone known to affect breast tissue and breast cancer. The hope is that it may give some women with breast cancer a nutritional way to extend their lives. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Some new hope for children with severe migraines. Researchers in Phoenix say a minimally invasive treatment administered through the nose can provide months of relief. And they say that treatment is safe and effective, and it only takes minutes for a child to feel the results. Coming up, NSU football coach Jay Thomas talks about the changes coming to the football program. Plus, Beatrice Atura is earning another award for her stellar season.
The NSU football team officially kicked off spring practice today. This year, though, no status quo with the Demons. Jay Thomas brought in new offensive and defensive coordinators to make some wholesale schematic changes.
We're implementing some new looks, what we talked about before, streamlining our offense. Still want to be balanced. We still got to be able to run the football. I think that's the key to anyone's success is being able to do that, to be able to keep the defenses off balance, but particularly looking at, matching the run game with the passing game, the play action type stuff, all those things we're going to look at going into, to the spring.
Beatrice Atura's value to the NSU women's basketball team is pretty easily quantifiable. Today, the senior guard was chosen as one of 5 first-team members of the All-Southland Conference team. During SLC play, Atura ranked in the top 3 in scoring, assists, three-point percentage, and minutes per game. In league games, she accounted for 53% of the Lady Demons' points via scoring and assists.
Advantage of whatever matchups I was given and, attack them. And I think Brooke and Scott back then did a great job of putting us in positions to be successful. And, I just try to help out my team any way I can to win. And, I just had favorable matchups and credit my teammates for having confidence in me.
Atura and the Lady Demons will open up the Southland Conference tournament on Thursday, against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Lady Demons dropped the regular season meeting between the two teams. The winner will move on to play New Orleans. Tip-off on Thursday is set for 11 a.m. The NSU softball team will open up their home schedule tomorrow against 15th-ranked Baylor. Lady Demons have lost 3 of their last 4, and this will be a pretty big test before they hit the field for the start of conference play this weekend.
It's not going to be a small test, but you know, our kids know that we've played with those teams at times. We've competed very well, and you know, now we've got to try to figure out and be competitors and figure out how we can, you know, take the next step and get a win. We're going to go in and give it our best shot, and you know, play confident and loose and see what happens. But ultimately, every game we play is a challenge to make us a better team.
For the first time, maybe ever, Major League Baseball is on the forefront of a technological advancement which focuses on the players. This week, the MLB approved the use of continuous biometric monitors that can be worn by players during games. Now, the device were manufactured by a company called Whoop, and it's the first of its kind to be approved by any of the major American sports leagues. Now, the biometric monitor analyzes the current state of the athlete's body heading into the game, during the game, after the game. So that means sleep, recovery, strain are all studied, and the data can be used among the players and the teams. Now, no team can force their players to wear the monitors, so the players have to decide. But Scott, this is one of the first times that baseball has actually kind of been ahead on these biometric monitors.
Traditionalist and
yeah, normally they're 10, 15 years behind everyone else, but they're deciding, you know what, let's jump on this trend right now and we'll see if it grows.
It's also kind of interesting because just in-game baseball is probably the least aerobic, I guess, of the four major sports.
Right, so we'll see exactly where these biometric scans land.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
April the giraffe has competition as the world awaits her giving birth. The fun diversion by another mom-to-be is next on ABC 31 News. As millions of people across the world wait for the birth of April the giraffe's fourth calf, one South Carolina woman has been imitating April, and her video has gone viral. Erin Dietrich is pregnant herself, about 39 weeks in fact. She has been obsessed with watching April, and so she and her friends thought it would be fun to mimic the giraffe, whose pen is being live streamed in anticipation of the birth. So wearing a giraffe mask, Dietrich stood in front of a camera, placed at a similar angle to the one in April's pen. For nearly 8 minutes, Dietrich paced around in her mask with her hands on her hips, belly displayed, doing stretches and staring up at the camera. As a result, millions have watched her video on Facebook.
Sad.
That's a long time.
That's just sad that a million people were watching that.
8 minutes of that, I'm good with like 30.
Well, maybe not everybody watched for the whole 8 minutes. Have a great night, and thanks for watching.